This has now become part 2. Reason, I thought I was still using the Decathlon camera. The Decathlon camera has got a pause function, so I just paused the video, try and cut out some of the downtime, save me on editing, and now I switched the bloody thing off, didn't I? So, welcome back to part 2. So, this rear disc was secured with self-tapping, with countersunk screws. Now, can you see that shiny ring there? It's less than 1 millimeter wide, maybe 1 millimeter at its best. That's the contact point on the disc. That's basically all that was holding the disc on. It was that tiny little contact patch there. Now, that's just bollocks. So I've got some bolts and I've cut them down. These are universal bolts, but they're 8mm and they got this sort of flange head on them, socket head, washer head, whatever you call it. And they look nice, don't they? All nice and shiny. So I put them all in last night and I went to spin the wheel. Let's go around the back here so you can get it. Right, well, what I want to do now is I just do it like that. Watch the bracket here, because I need 2 hands. I can't point with this finger. Oh, I can't lean it too far. There's no front wheel. Oh dear. You see it smacking? Basically, it's hitting the back of the bracket. That's where they put self-tapping. That's where they put countersunk screws in. So, yeah, Thai logic in action, people. Right. So I've now got to take the back wheel back out, take the bracket out, try and relieve the back of the bracket. There is a slight dome on these bolts. If I relieve the dome on the bolt, it will take all the plating off and they'll rust, so that'll look crap. So I'm going to run with just trying to relieve the back of the bracket. Not something I really want to do, but this is Thailand. You've got to work with it. Talking of working with things, I of course went down to the corner KTM store and bought myself some new pads to go with my new disc. Oh, that little baby Jing-Jock. Run, Jing-Jock. Run. Run, boy. Go on, run away. Or the cats will have you. Yeah, obviously that was sarcasm about the brake pads. So, they've got loads of meat on them. We're going to have to surface them. Now, what I want for that is I'm going to pin those pliers, which are upstairs. I know they are because I was using them yesterday. So let's just try the big boys. And remove the R pins. What is that? Is that an actual split pin, or is it just a piece of welding wire? Oh, it's an opened up split pin. Such quality. Wonderful stuff. Is it coffee time, Minitron? I've only had 2 today. And my videos keep going. Whoa! I thought a bike was going to fall over then. That'd be the last thing I want, is a bike on my legs. Bring me my legs. Okay, out you should come. So I just knock out or what? I haven't had these out, have I? you trimming your claws, darling? Are you trimming your claws? Oh, learning. So you can see I haven't done that before. My first time. Right. So we got a set of... Here's the piston side. Heavily worn on the piston side. Heavily worn on the piston side. So let's get our, oh my back, pads. A bit of semi-industrial paper. He says looking for the semi-industrial 80 grit, that's a bit aggressive. 120, that'll do. Right. I can see that'll do because I've used it before. These floor tiles are nice and flat, but I'm not going to take that as a given. So let's have this sheet of glass out because it's flat, and do a bit of a deglaze. And when you start to deglaze them, you can see where the eye spots and the low spots are. And gradually bring them all together. Of course, this does absolutely nothing for the life of the brake pad. But as I don't have any access to a brake pad shop selling KTM pads, this is as good as it's going to get. That's kind of half about. Right, let's have a look at this one. There's two different materials. Oh, great, fantastic, people. So I've got it says HSS on that pad, and it says Brembo on this pad. I've got odd pads. Why would you have odd pads? And you can see that. You can see by the two different colours. There's two different materials. It never stops here. It never, ever stops. Let's just clean the clearance grooves out. Being careful not to breathe in the toxic dust. So, answers on a postcard. Why have I got two different pads? This is not doing the front disc any good whatsoever, because if they got two different heat coefficients, it's going to be heating the pad up on one side all the time. Right, I don't have any copper slip, do I? No, I've got some graphite grease, but I haven't got any brake noise. I'll put these back without it. Right, that one's got to go up there, like that. So it looks like I'm going to have to order some brake pads now, which I didn't think I'd have to do before. Be another 9 days waiting. But in the next 9 days we're going to be out in the jungle again on the 250. I'm going back to the helicopter pad, people. Well, this time I'm taking cameras. Excuse me. Right. So that is back in there, but it doesn't feel very good. I can use this to centralise them. Put the pistons back in a bit. Right. And these two pieces of crap, they actually look like nails, staple gun nails. I was about to file them in the bin, but I better make sure I've got some replacements first. There they are. They're a bit long, but they're going to do. File those. Why on earth would you have odd brake pipes, brake pads? Right, I don't think there's any need to go wrapping these up like Christmas turkey, so I'm just going to let them go like that. If the end game is to prevent them falling out, that should be fine. Why would you have a second one? I'm not sure why there'd be a second pin in there, but there's the hole. It's actually... Is it to stop it rotating? Weird stuff. No, it still rotates. Right, that'll do for that. Are we, yes we are. We're ready. Time for the merry dance.